Imagine a pastel cartoon about magical ponies turning into a global phenomenon not just for kids, but for adults too. Sounds odd? Well, that's exactly what happened with My Little Pony.
When I first heard about adults attending My Little Pony conventions, I honestly thought it was a joke. But it turns out, there's a pretty fascinating story behind how this show captured so many hearts.
Today, we're diving into the colorful world of My Little Pony, why it's so much more than toys and rainbows, how it became a pop culture powerhouse, and what makes its fandom so unique.
We'll explore the origins of the franchise, the surprising rise of bronies, its impact on animation, and why its messages resonate with so many people. Ready for a ride through Equestria? Let's get started.
Looking back, My Little Pony started as a humble toy line in the early 1980s. Little plastic ponies with brushable manes. Who would have guessed they'd become the stars of a decade-spanning franchise?
And those early TV specials and cartoons were definitely aimed at little kids, mostly girls. The whole thing was pretty straightforward. Colorful ponies, simple stories, lots of magic and friendship.
What's wild is how the brand kept reinventing itself. Every few years, a new generation of ponies would appear with updated looks, new storylines, and even different personalities.
But the real turning point came in 2010 when My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic launched. That show changed everything, not just for the brand, but for animation as a whole.
That reboot wasn't just another cartoon reboot. Friendship is Magic brought in Lauren Faust, who already had a reputation for making clever animated shows.
What stood out was how sharp and witty it was suddenly. You had real character development and humor adults could appreciate. And it didn't talk down to kids, either.
The writing was surprisingly layered. You'd get episodes about dealing with jealousy or anxiety, but wrapped up in magical adventures and catchy songs.
It quickly started gaining a cult following online. People were sharing clips, making memes. The whole internet seemed to discover My Little Pony almost overnight.
What really blew my mind is the rise of bronies' adult fans, especially men who embraced the show. Suddenly, you had conventions, forums, and even fan-made art and music everywhere.
It's pretty rare for a show aimed at kids to get that kind of crossover appeal. For a lot of bronies, it became about community, positivity, and, of course, sharing a love for the characters.
There were even documentaries made about this fandom. Some people found it odd, but others saw it as proof that good storytelling and heartfelt messages can reach anyone.
I've noticed that bond, too. Fans often talk about how the show's themes of acceptance and friendship help them through tough times. That's something you don't usually hear about a toy commercial.
Despite all the glitter and pastel colors, the core of My Little Pony is really about empathy, teamwork, and self-acceptance. That's probably why so many people connect with it.
Totally. Episodes often tackle real-life issues like feeling left out, dealing with change, or learning to forgive. Those lessons hit home for kids, but also for adults who might need a little reminder.
Plus, the show doesn't shy away from making its characters flawed. Twilight Sparkle can be anxious, Rainbow Dash can be a little arrogant. It makes them feel real, not just cartoon stereotypes.
That honesty is refreshing. It's almost like a gentle nudge to look out for each other, or to cut yourself some slack every now and then, messages that matter at any age.
So with all this cultural impact, where does My Little Pony go from here? Even after the main series ended, there are still spin-offs, comics, and a new generation of toys.
It's wild to think of how it's evolved. New shows and movies keep popping up, and that loyal fan community is still going strong, creating art, sharing stories, and spreading those messages of kindness.
Honestly, it's kind of inspiring. The franchise keeps adapting, but it always comes back to that central idea. Friendship really is magic, no matter how old you are.
And judging by the way people keep returning to it, I don't see those messages fading away anytime soon. There's just something timeless about it.
All right, let's wrap things up. First big takeaway. My Little Pony reinvented itself by focusing on real storytelling, making it appealing to all ages.
Second, the community it built, especially among adults, shows just how powerful shared positivity and connection can be, even over something as simple as a cartoon.
And third, those core messages around empathy and resilience make it way more than a toy commercial. They genuinely help people feel seen and supported.
If you've never watched an episode, give it a shot. Pick one that's recommended by fans, and see if the magic of friendship hits you too. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.